Good evening. Welcome to a late night edition of Diatribes from the Voice of Doom. And now here's your ever vitriolic and venomous Voice of Doom. I know you're sick of me, but I'm a bit lucid now, I think. And I did a diatribe about an hour ago, and I felt like I should do another when I went back to the news, because I am a news junkie, and in this day and age, I like to watch it whenever, because things happen. Everybody thinks that everybody's asleep when we're asleep, but no. Believe it or not, they're wide awake when we're in bed, the other side of the world. So when things happen, I want to know. And things are happening fast. But I was remiss and I was negligent, and I apologize for not commenting on one of the most sinister tableaus that I've ever had the misfortune of having to witness with my eyes on a projected screen. It was absolutely, disgusting, despicable, scary in a way. I saw something that is supposed to be the president standing at a podium with flags behind him, all arranged nicely to show that he's all for America. And each side was one of his acolytes, and they had their masks on, and they were standing very solemnly and still, like statues, and nodding now and again when they were acknowledged in very awkward ways by, I kind of feel sorry, because I don't think he knows just how evil he is, because he's not in control of his conscious mind. And he's reading his soliloquy about how they're doing such great things to make up and alleviate for the stupid-ass thing he did in the first place. And he's trying to take accolades for being very efficient in trying to evacuate people as quickly as possible, and saying it's the greatest, most ambitious airlift in all history, when a week ago he was saying that wasn't going to happen. Now, I'm going to give it a few days. I'm going to give it till like Monday or Tuesday, because the weekend's coming up and everybody has to go do whatever they do. But I'm going to give it till Tuesday, and if this guy isn't out, then there's going to have to be some hell to pay, because it can't keep going. I saw the so-called address earlier today, and I kind of put it out of my mind, but then when I watched it again, and then I kept repeating, watching some parts, because I wanted to really believe, know that I was hearing what I was hearing. Okay, they let out prisoners from their prisons, and they're ISIS people, and ISIS hates Taliban, so see how good it's going to work out? Yeah, ISIS hates Taliban. So that's going to be really good for the common people who, I see them in the street. It's really, you look between the lines. You don't look at the bullet. You look at things like just a common street. There's stores here and there. And there's this guy in a turban with a rifle, and he's nudging a guy along aggressively. And then the guy's kind of resisting, and then he lifts up his gun and with the butt, and he's about to bludgeon the guy, and the guy kind of backs off. And then I see 2 or 3 kids just walking along the street watching the whole thing like it's nothing. And if you don't think that that's going to be the crux of, well, if we're lucky enough to get to the point where they can grow up to make a problem, you don't get it. You see how fast it's going? ISIS was let go out of the prisons, and they hate the Taliban. And so everything's going to be peachy. according to Petri dish. And I really am losing patience. We can't keep going. That tableau was ghastly, absolutely ghastly. Anybody looking at it who doesn't think it was ghastly, I don't understand you. I don't know where you're from or what you're thinking. They think our heroes are there saving the day from the crap that he caused in the first place by being incompetent, by listening to people that are Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts and or whoever else, I don't know who, telling him to do things that are totally backwards. And anybody knows it. Anybody with half a brain would know it. I mean, there's people out in the provinces. I'm going to worry about them. If nobody else does, I'll worry about them. Because I wouldn't want to be stuck somewhere in northern Afghanistan between China and, wherever else, and all these tribal people all over, and you don't know who the hell you can trust. There's going to be a lot of movies made out of this later if we actually survive, because there's going to be some real adventures. And I don't want to see it happen, and I don't think I can do much about it, because nobody's going to listen. But I had to talk about that disgusting display, which I'll put with any oozing tentacular monster that I've ever seen on the screen, or any maniacal killer that, distorted features with a wild smile about to cut somebody up. That was just as bad as any of that. I don't think I've seen any. I saw Alien. That was pretty scary, but it was not nearly as scary as seeing Petri dish lauding himself over how well he's handling his own stupid fuck-up. Next to Petri dish is somebody who's going, I don't think I am going to make it. It's not going to be well for me. I got to think about my future because this is going badly. And on the other side, a statue who's, I don't know, I guess if I can keep working until next week, I'll get another paycheck. Maybe I can get my pension. I don't know. I don't know what he's thinking. And I know all the other apparatchik, I don't know if they're aliens or not. They're obviously not sentient human beings standing. And when he's done taking questions, just turn around and go. And he takes the easiest people who are grilling him. And that's going to be the fun part. Because I'm actually watching CNN now because they are starting to turn on their stupid ass guy that they thought was so great. And it's a joy to watch because sooner or later they're going to have to stop reporting on what's happening, and then they're going to have to start thinking about what their part was in it. And it was big, and it was cheating, and it was lying, and it was stealing, and it was treacherous. And their karmic retribution will be very severe, but they may atone if they, George Wallace atoned. I think he made up for his sins, so there's redemption. But, we can't let things keep going on. I got to give it another week before the entire regime is gone. 2 or 3, 4 days before the upper echelon starts swimming away. And they're swimming into the Pacific Ocean. They're swimming off a sinking ship into the ocean. So I don't know what their fate may be. And it's an existential, I'm talking, Buddhist stuff, like their karma, their next life. They got to think very carefully about what they've done. Because I don't think 1 million people that are unnecessarily slaughtered is a thing you can shrug off. You can say all you want about, it's a political decision. It was wrong. And things have to change soon. And if we have to circumvent certain rituals, we might have to do it. Because when push comes to shove, nobody's going to care about who the city council member is and who the school board members are. They're going to care about, hey, I got to survive. I don't know if I can trust these people. I don't know what's coming around the corner. People are, you go through all my videos and watch them, and I can tell you that we're complacent. We think we've always been exempt. And we have something in the White House now that shouldn't be there. And I don't know how many delusional people there are that think we can just keep on going. But, you know, it was kind of funny before. It was kind of funny when he was making bloopers and tripping. And he's just an old guy. And yeah, we all know he's kind of losing it. But now we're seeing it serious because he's got the lives of a lot of people in his hands. And he's very flippant about it. I'm disgusted how he can, even given his dementia, how he can be so cavalier about, oh, they died 4 days ago. It'd be 5 days ago. Now, how many people died 6 days ago? You can go a month from now, if you're still president, which I hope he's not, a month from now, otherwise forget it. But a month from now, he can look back and see how many people died 4 days ago. And I'm really disgusted with that, so I had to put my 2 cents in about that horrible visage, which I don't want to keep in my brain. Worst thing I've ever seen. And that's saying a lot. So it's going to be a short one. It's going to be like 11 minutes, 12 minutes, because I just wanted to have a little coda, little hashtag, or whatever you guys call it, at the end about how I am disgusted with them, the regime. All right. I'll see you next time. Bye.